your forecast first. Sponsored by Natex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
All right, good evening to you. Much colder after, well, a nice start to the day. And then the front came through. We had thunderstorms and, yeah, not the greatest weather as we look towards Memorial Stadium. The roofing there, INET Bratcher weather can tonight. Look at the line of storms that moved through earlier. Those are now off into Indiana. We're done with the rain, but now we're left with the cold temperatures. 45 in Champaign, 46 in Effingham, 45 in Springfield. It's going to get chilly tonight, down into the 30s by tomorrow morning. Is there any hope for a warm up into the weekend? We'll share that with you when we come back. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
A 33-year-old woman was shot and killed early this morning, while the shooter could be charged with 2 deaths. He's accused in the hit-and-run death of a bicyclist, but his court case was stalled because he passed out in front of the judge.
And is there a rise in anti-Semitism on the U of I campus? What group has filed a complaint with the U.S. Department of Education?
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
Decatur police are investigating a shooting that left a pregnant woman dead. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. It happened early this morning about 4 a.m. Bullets were fired into a home on Hickory near Woodford Street. WCIA 3's Gabrielle Cook is live in Decatur. Gabrielle, what do you know?
33-year-old Shatia Brooks was the victim of that shooting, and not only did she lose her life, but the life of her unborn child. And the coroner's office just released her autopsy results, saying that she died from a gunshot wound to the head. Police were called to the area around 4 this morning and were talking to people to find out more details. I also spoke with someone in the area who said they've lived here for 30 years and haven't seen the violence this bad. Police have not identified any suspects or made any arrests, and they are still investigating. So if anyone has any information related to the shooting, Decatur Police is asking that you reach out to them. Live in Decatur, I'm Gabrielle Cook, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, thank you so much. A man was arrested for firing a gun in Decatur. Police were called to East Leafland and North Calhoun Streets for gunshots, and shots were fired toward an officer. 31-year-old David Cotton was arrested for aggravated discharge of a firearm and possession of a weapon by a felon. WCIA 3's Jamie Mays live in our newsroom. Jamie, you talked to neighbors about violence in the city. What are they saying about what's happening?
They're upset about the number of shootings that are happening this year, and they're hoping the violence will come to an end.
It's very disheartening to hear about some of the incidents that are happening here in the city.
And neighbors want the community to come together to do something about it. On Friday morning, Decatur police were called near this scene. They saw someone fire at least 3 shots. The subject fired shots in an officer's direction and then took off. Jamison Wheeler is a pastor with the Stop the Violence Project. He works in the community to find ways to curb violence.
If a person doesn't change on the individual level, I don't think that we'll see any major changes in the city. I think that there's a lot of people out here that are just, for lack of a better way to put it, just hopeless, who don't feel like their life has any value.
The officer involved was not hit or injured. Authorities were later able to find Cotton and arrest him, but Wheeler says there's work to be done to unite the city.
We need to start to reach out to some of our young people, as well as, older people who've been out here, in the streets for a while, just to encourage people that their life actually makes a difference.
Wheeler says that starts with empowering the people who live there.
I think the way to help self-esteem is if I show you that your life matters to me, and if your life matters to me, maybe that can help you to add some value to your own life.
The officer who was shot at and the other officers involved did not shoot back. Police say this is still an ongoing investigation. Live in the newsroom, Jamie Mays, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Jamie, thank you.
We have some new information tonight. Another arrest was made in connection with a murder in Richland County. It's the 5th person now behind bars for the murder of 19-year-old Kyle Johnson. Misty Whipple has been charged with aiding a fugitive. Police say she helped accused killer Rick Meador flee police by renting a van to go to Florida. Florida. Meador, Tara Hawes, Dale Boatman, and a 16-year-old girl are all facing charges of first-degree murder. And we have new details about the man charged for hitting a bicyclist in Mahomet. There was a courtroom surprise today. Robert O'Malley turned himself into police yesterday. Police had been looking for him for 2 weeks. He's charged with crashing into Dr. Bill Shue, who later died from his injuries. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting joins us now. So, Courtney, O'Malley did not make it through this hearing. What happened?
That's right, Paul. He didn't. He actually ended up passing out, and he had to get medical treatment and be taken out in a wheelchair. However, he was able to be formally charged today. He's facing up to 15 years for leaving the scene of a crash that resulted in someone's death. But before his bond could be set today, he fainted. His hearing will continue Monday, however. State's Attorney Julia Reed says his bond should be high because he has a long criminal history.
He had a court supervision sentence on a DUI out of Coles County. And between that time and more recently, he had a number of convictions on his traffic record for speeding.
Reed says those speeding tickets are considered significant, meaning many of them were for driving 15 miles per hour over the speed limit. And as I mentioned earlier, he will be back in court on Monday. That is just to set his bond. His defense attorney is trying to get a judge to lower it. Live in Urbana, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Courtney, thanks for that update. In other news, a woman was seriously hurt after she was hit while walking in Champaign last night. She was crossing the street between the Country Fair Shopping Center and the Red Barn Shopping Center on Springfield. 66-year-old Barbara Anastasi is charged with aggravated DUI for that crash. Witnesses said it looked like Anastasi was, quote, flying by trying to beat a red light. If convicted, she's facing up to 12 years behind bars.
A woman in McLean County is warning people about how serious COVID-19 is. Sarah Wielander tested positive for the flu about a month ago. She had a fever, headache, and joint pain. They kept getting worse. She later tested positive for COVID-19. The 20-year-old also has stroke symptoms, like trouble with memory and a newly developed stutter.
I guess I just want young people to take it more seriously, especially with like Halloween coming up and them wanting to hanging out in large groups just to know the risk.
Wielander is still waiting to see if she had a stroke. We reached out to a doctor at OSF. He told us there is a correlation between COVID-19 and strokes, especially in young people who don't typically have them.